reason why Planned Parenthoods are more likely to exist in areas with lower financial stability compared to that of the nationwide average is because they specifically want to target black people because of the color of their skin. That's the claim you made. That's a claim that you supported by pointing out Margaret Sanger was racist. And then that's the claim that I thoroughly debunked at this point 5 times. So I want you to either concede that you were wrong when you argued that Planned Parenthood is racist today, or I want you to give a cogent and coherent counter rebuttal to like the 3 different counter arguments that I've given to debunk that notion.
Yeah, so you even acknowledge it yourself. That's the issue. And you're talking about debunking me, yet you agree with me that Margaret Sanger was racist. So when I said Margaret...
Wait. Yeah, I agree with the claim that Margaret Sanger was racist. I don't agree with the claim that Planned Parenthood is racist. Okay.
And you can believe that, and that's fine. I can believe what I want to believe, and that's fine. But what isn't fine is that
So you want to move on now because you lost?
I mean, if you want to call it that, that's fine. It's not going to upset me or my soul. It's not going to say my mental health like tax stays in yours. I'm not going to come off the panel and then think about you for the rest of my life, even though you do with tax, and probably me now because I am the it girl.
So I just think it's interesting how the quote-unquote it girl is waving the white flag in the air because she can't give a cogent counter rebuttal against my claim to prove her wrong. Okay, that's fine. What do you want to talk about next?
You can believe that, and again, it's not going to hurt my spirit or soul.
My evidence that my belief is like tracking reality is a fact that you still haven't been able to provide any counter argument to my suggestion.
I've got one question for you then, I guess.
I guess so, because you don't have a counter rebuttal. Okay.
I guess I have 2 questions, but the first one is, do you not support more black people being born?
What I support is everybody, regardless of their race, having access
That's
to
a yes or no. That's a yes or a no. Do you support more black people being born? Yes or no?
Do I support more black people being born?
Why do you laugh at that?
Because you're attempting to insinuate that by supporting access to abortion, we are preventing more black people being born, and this is racist. When in all reality, once again, the real racist fact of the argument that we're providing here is that when we ban access to abortion, we're disproportionately infringing upon the human rights of individuals. So black people. So here's the way I think I'd answer the question. I do support more black people being born, but I also support black women having access to their human rights, even if it means less black people being born.
Well, black people having human rights would begin in the womb, which you clearly don't believe for some godforsaken reason.
Prove that. Why do you think that the right to life begins?
We can argue theory and history, but we can't argue.
When does the right to life begin?
What do you think I'm going to say?
I don't know what you're going to say because I'm not you.
Conception. That's what science says, actually.
So science
doesn't. You still have yet to. You haven't.
Wait. Can I tell you why you just blundered?
No. I'll do that after you admit that you refused to answer the question that I just asked you.
Oh, yeah, I did answer it. You said, Dean, do you support more black people being born?
You did not. It's a yes or a no. Do you support more black people being born?
My answer was yes.
Yes.
And then I followed it up by stating that I also support black people having access to their human rights, even if it means less black people being born.
There's no but. There's no but to that. Because if what you said is true, what you believe is true, what you claim, you would practice it, and you don't. You're defending Planned Parenthood.
Let me give you an example, right? Saying that we would support more black people being born doesn't mean that we would support all ways in which more black people could be born. Like, for instance, do you support more black people being born?
What do you think?
I don't know. You answer my question.
I've said it 10,000 times, but sure, yes, I do support more black people.
Oh, okay, so that must mean that you support. Wait. Let me speak. Oh, okay, so because you just said that you support more black people being born, this must mean that you support white people forcing black people to breed in cages to ensure that we have like a higher level of a black population to enslave. Oh, wait, that's what the Confederates did. Did you know that the Confederates and the slave owners and the racists also supported more black people being born so then they could enslave them on their plantations? Oh, wait. What does this mean? That we do actually support more black people being born, but we don't support more black people being born if it means we're infringing upon human rights. And that's exactly the thesis that we would apply to like forcing black slaves to like engage in sex to then produce more black children to enslave. And for the same reason why we wouldn't support forcing black women to engage in continued forced pregnancy and birth in violation of their human rights and access to healthcare. So now we see with great clarity how we can support more black people being born as long as it is in respect to human rights of those in which are giving birth. That's the claim that I make. How about you?
You agreed with me.
I mean, do you agree with me that we only support more black people being born if it is in respect to the human rights of the black person in which is giving birth?
So what an incredible pivot that you just made to bring up slavery. Wait,
answer my question. Can we agree that like
you said yes.
Wait, one moment. Can we agree?
You literally said yes.
Can we agree that we only support more black people being born when it is in respect to the human rights of the black person giving birth?
We absolutely need to respect human rights, which is why more black people should be born.
Wait, answer my question. I don't understand why you're not answering my question. Yes, or she's dodging.
Have a child born.
She's legit dodging.
It's not dodging.
I just want a yes or no. Can we agree that both you and me support more black people being born as long as it is in respect to the human rights of the black person giving birth?
And the child inside of the womb.
Okay, so you want to add on "and" to the child inside of the womb.
We can agree
now that's
with
the part I'll dispute.
You said and add in. We can agree on that, and then include human rights to the human in the womb as well.
The reason why I dispute that is
human.
The reason why I dispute that is because I don't think that there's any good reason to give, the right to life to a zygote, as you suggested. Now, I actually do want to ask you a question about that because you said that you think that the zygote has the human right to life from the moment of conception. So let me ask you about that. Do you think that it's murder when you kill a human life with the right to life unjustifiably?
Well, there's a difference between killing and murder, correct?
So the question that I asked you is, do you think it's murder when you kill a human life with the right to life unjustifiably?
With the right to life unjustifiably.
Yeah.
Are you saying if the mother is having a medical emergency or something? Like, what do you mean by that? Can you explain?
So when I ask you if it's murder to kill a human life with the right to life unjustifiably, I'm literally just asking you if it's murder to unjustifiably kill a human.
Yes, it is murder to unjustifiably kill a human.
Okay. Do you think that a woman not experiencing medical health complications can ever justifiably kill the fetus or zygote growing inside of her uterus?
Well, in the protection of all life, then yes. If there's a life-threatening situation for the mother, then that needs to be taken into account. But all medical procedures specific to pregnancy,
I did take that into account,
and in general, are focusing on protecting both lives. And if there's a situation
I did take that
in which,
into account. Could you please answer the question?
Yeah. So is it murder to kill a human being unjustifiably?
No, the question was, is killing like the fetus or the zygote inside of a woman's uterus always murder when that woman is not experiencing a medical health complication that could kill her?
I think in the case of ectopic pregnancy, then possibly. But if there's
is it always murder in cases of a healthy pregnancy?
Yes.
Okay, sounds good. So you think if a woman has an IUD, knowing that that IUD could kill the zygote after conception by preventing its implantation in the uterine lining, then you'd argue that that woman is culpable for murder? If
yes.
she engages in sex and a zygote develops?
Yes.
Do you think all murder should go to jail?
Yes.
So you'd argue that sexually active women on birth control should go to jail for murder?
Well, it would be women with IUD.
Yeah, birth control. So you do think some sexually active women on birth control should go to jail for murder?
And then having an IUD and then
okay, so it's just fertilizing. So this does mean that you think that some women who are sexually active on birth control should go to jail for murder. 25 to life, right?
Yes.
All right. So who's the pro-woman person now? Because it's certainly not you.
Pro-woman person. Interesting how you phrase that.
Yeah, because now you're saying that like
you believe that pregnancy is a
women who are like sexually active on birth control should be going to jail for
sexually active with an IUD.
Yes, form of birth control.
And that's the whole point, though, of having an IUD is to prevent fertilization. That's why it's like the rate of women that get pregnant
to allow for fertilization to occur than to prevent its implantation.
Please let me finish.
I think that I just won the debate, like, because clearly that's absurd.
You're not letting me finish the sentence.
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, thank you. So the reason why IUDs are so effective is because it prevents the fertilization of an egg. So if something like that happens, which is extremely and incredibly rare, can we agree that it is very rare for a woman to have a fertilized egg having an IUD and is sexually active?
I mean, I think it's at around 5% likelihood. If you want to consider that rare, you can, but I don't think the rarity of this outcome changes anything. Like for example, if I had a pistol in my hand and I shot it at my wall, which faces the street and other houses, it'd be like pretty rare and unlikely for the bullet leaving the gun to go through my wall and kill somebody on the other side. But still, yet if it did, I'd be culpable for murder. So I don't think that the rarity of this outcome changes culpability for the outcome. Okay.
Well, I think it's just good though to put it into context that like it's not breeding and it's not pro-birth, because we know that women, a child can sustain its life outside of the womb, typically between 22 to 24 weeks. So if there's something that happens before that, then that can be up for.
I just can't believe that she just said that like women should go to jail for murder for 25 to life for killing a unicellular organism. That's just so like wild. It's like that's like clearly an insane view. Okay, how about this? You're in a burning building. You could only save 1 newborn baby or 10 fertilized zygotes. Who are you saving?
Okay, so I'd love to answer that, because making a choice like that, if I were to go for one or the other, it doesn't mean that the other one is less valuable of being alive, correct?
Well, I mean, actually, the predication of the question would imply that the group in which you'd save would have less value compared to the group that you didn't save would have less value compared to the group that you did save. Like for instance, if you asked me that same question, but instead you posited, Dean, if you're in a burning building, would you rather save 1 newborn or 10 newborns? My answer would be the 10 newborns, and the reason why that would be my answer is because I ultimately do think that 10 newborns are more valuable in comparison to 1 newborn.
Mm-hmm. So like,
I think it actually does suggest a value proposition where you're comparing the value of the first group to the second group, and whichever group you save seemingly does have more value than the group in which you didn't save. So please answer the question: would you rather save 1 newborn or 10 fertilized zygotes with a human right to life? That apparently a woman would be a murderer, should go to jail for 25 to life if they were to kill 1.
Yeah, I would go to the 10 embryos. Absolutely, I would. Maximizing and protecting
over
life.
A newborn baby. How about this? Donald Trump or the 10 embryos?
10 embryos.
Yo, based. Hell yes. All right. Maybe dude. Okay. No, that was a bad one.